all the time that I've got now. Chat, it is time for a final video. I think it's one you're gonna like. Chat, we're gonna finish up with Pew tonight. Talking about the top 5 revolvers that we need. It's Pew with a revolver. I'm kinda curious how, if he is able to do a fan, we could be in trouble. If he's able to actually fan a revolver and be accurate with it, I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble. So, thank you, anonymous gifter. All right, chat, let's go.
Today on PewView, we got a tailgate full of wheel guns, and I want to talk about the top 5 revolvers I think should
I
be
see
in
a
every gun.
That has a chat. I see one. I see one. He can fan this one. He can fan it.
Chat.
Oh,
Lubricate me. Lubricate me, chat.
oh, don't worry. The lubrication has begun.
For revolvers I think should be in every gun guy's collection. Obviously, there's quite a bit more than 5 guns sitting on this tailgate, so I just kind of wanted to figure it out for myself as we go along, because I like every single one of these. They all have a purpose, and I want to talk about why. So whether that purpose is for concealed carry, assassinating some squirrels or something, trying to be the next Jerry Miculek, hunting, balling on a budget, or if John Wick was a wheel gun guy. I think we got to start right here, because I think this needs an explanation of what's going on here. I think everybody has to have a Heritage 22 in their collection. These things are like $150. Obviously, this is the tactical version with a rail on top and a ridiculous red dot and a threaded barrel for some reason, because you can definitely suppress a revolver. This is going to be interesting, but it looks fucking hilarious, so.
This is fucking ridiculous. It's just absolutely fucking insane, and I love it. It's a 22 with a red dot and a silencer. This is fucking beautiful. I want to try shooting this gun. I would fucking love to try shooting this fucking gun.
Hilarious, so figured we'd try it out. But whether it's the tactical model or just the regular Heritage 22, these things work. This was one of my first guns, was the original Heritage 22. And I shot that thing so damn much it no longer has a rifling. I had that thing for a very long time, and now the accuracy isn't. It's not. It's just kind of minute of Mack truck at 10 yards. That bullet does whatever the hell it wants to. But I think this is a great beginner shooter's gun. I think it's inexpensive to shoot. They're inexpensive to buy, and it's just a fun little plinker. So let's go have some fun with it. Before we go any further, we need to thank today's sponsor, Fume. Fume is a flavored air device that is designed to help people get rid of the nasty habits. This thing is just flavored air. There's no chemicals, there's no nicotine, there's no smoke or vapor, none of that bad stuff. It's just air that happens to taste great. These guys have a bunch of different flavors, like all of these right here. So no matter what you're into, this can probably give you that fixation. You can use this thing anywhere. There's no charging. You just pop this little thing off right here, and then there's just a little core device. Whatever flavor you want, pop that thing in, and you are good to go. Makes clicky sounds, so if you're somebody like me that constantly needs to do something with their hands, this is great. If you or anybody you know is...
Okay, can I just say it's fucking hysterical that Fume is advertising not only, like, the content creators that advertise Fume, not only advertise it to basically smokers who need to that, you know, hand-to-mouth movement along with, like, inhaling something to try and help quit smoking, they're also going after the autists who need to have, like, a fidget spinner. Like, they're going after 2 fucking markets here.
Is looking to kick a bad habit, give Fume a try. Like I said, these guys have a little bit of everything for anybody. If you go to fume.com/PewView or scan this QR code right here and use code PewView, you're gonna get a free topper when you purchase the Journey Pack. I'll put the link down in the description below. Leave a comment down below. If you guys are looking to kick a bad habit and it actually works for you, I want to hear about it down in the comments. Anyways, let's get back to it. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring this video. I think this is kind of a cool thing to start a beginner off, so they kind of get the fundamentals of a single action revolver before they move up to like a 357 or a 44. Just a nice little single action 22. Now I feel like I'm gonna need ears with this, but gotta fuck around and find out, right? It's gonna go in the dirt. That literally made zero difference. It's still just as loud as without the suppressor. It looks cool as though.
Holy shit!
Can practice becoming a cowboy. Holy shit, this thing is pre-broke. See, that's another problem you run into with heritage stuff. Doesn't have the ejection rod, so that's new. Where the f did that go? Cool thing with these little guys is some stuff you can't show on YouTube. You know, just kind of one of the issues you run into with a $150 gun. Shit's bound to go wrong. But that doesn't make it any less fun. This wasn't exactly made for speed loading, I guess. I'm sure that's literally a $12 part and easily replaceable, and then I could put some Loctite on it. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but for the moment, we'll make do. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, dude. What the f am I thinking? I suppose if you guys are new to, you know, revolvers and stuff, the only way the suppressor could possibly work is if this was enclosed. With this gap in between the cylinder and the barrel, you're still getting all of the gases escaping, so you're still getting that pop. Suppressor is doing absolutely nothing other than looking cool as fuck. Join. All right, I don't want to keep having to load and unload this thing, but you get the point. I think the Heritage Revolver is definitely
fan one of
something
these
you need
chat.
to have
I
in the
know
collection, whether you're a hunter or a backyard planker. I think this is it's just kind of a necessary thing. It's just all around a good little gun. It's super inexpensive when it breaks. Buy a new one. All right, now getting into number 4, I'm going to talk about more of the concealed carry side of the revolvers. Now, I do have 4 different options here. You guys can decide which going to be best fit for you, but my pick would be a Smith & Wesson J-frame. Now, this one specifically is shouldered in 32 H&R Magnum. Now, the reason I went with 32 instead of 38, with the J-frames and a 38 special, you can only get 5 in the cylinder. With a 32, you get 6 rounds, and you're barely losing any energy. So I think if you're going to carry a J-frame, 32 H&R mag is a solid choice. Now, I say that without a lot of testing. That's just kind of relying on what I've seen online, the 32 H&R mag versus the 38 special. I don't see a lot of difference. But I do know that you get an extra round. So I think this is an awesome choice.
No, Revan, you can't, because it doesn't have a hammer. Kind of hard to fan a revolver if it has no hammer to fan. Yeah, I know.
Now, the reason I said I'm going with this one personally is because I only weigh 170 pounds and it's harder to conceal some of the other ones. This is light and small and it kind of makes sense. Now, if I was a bigger guy, I would go with this 686 Comp 357 because this is one of my favorite wheel guns. These things are fucking awesome, but with the weight and the size, I would rather have a Glock 19. It just makes more sense. Now it brings me to the budget version of this stuff, like this little poly protector from Taurus. This is a 5-shot 357 revolver, very inexpensive. I think these things are only like $300, maybe. Only issue is...
Wait. I blinked an ish. Okay, 300-ish.
Only issue is their ass. These things are fucking terrible, but they weigh next to nothing. They do go bang. You can't really hit anything with them, but they go bang most of the time.
Ow.
This thing right here, I have a couple of these. These are the EAA 357. These things are also really inexpensive. They just weigh as much as a Glock 19, so I wouldn't go with this for a concealed carry. Me personally, because of the size. But this is a 6-shot 357, and they're super inexpensive. I love these things. Now, for those of you looking to dip your toes into the revolver game, I think this is a solid choice. They're inexpensive, and it's a 357. These things do go bang. So if you want to find out if revolvers are for you, this is a solid option. Anyways, I'm talking too much. Let's shoot everything I just talked about, starting with this little J-frame Smith & Wesson 32 H&R mag. I should also mention that ammunition is fucking really hard to find for this. I think this round kind of died like 3 decades ago, but I like it.
The only downside to a revolver is loading it.
Yeah, there's unless you're Jerry Miculek, you can't really fucking reload a revolver in any timely fashion.
I've seen that video of Jerry Miculek. That man is a fucking beast. We'll watch it again. Jerry is a fucking revolver beast. Oh yeah, it's like, it is what speed loaders are for, but even with speed loaders, it's not as fast as doing a mag reload. Speed loaders are quicker, but it's still a little bit slower, but holy shit. This man is insane with this.
Fashion. Jerry don't give a shit though. Start back here at a distance, see if I can hit anything. I mean, for a little wheel gun, that's solid. The recoil impulse feels nice. It's got a little pop to it. Like, the thing's got some energy. I certainly wouldn't want to get hit by it. Let me just bullshit with you guys for the next 10 minutes while I try to speed reload this, and we'll just edit it out as fast as fuck. Movie reloads. Just never show this part.
It's an
All right, well, act like this is a bad guy and I'm pulling from concealment to try to stop him. That's my purse. I don't know you. See, now speed shooting a double action little snub nose revolver isn't really that easy. But I wouldn't want to be that guy. Now when I'm dry firing it, I feel like I could be fast-ish with it. I mean, some of these revolvers on this table are a lot easier to shoot quickly because the triggers are all polished up and better. But while I got the 32 sitting here, I kind of want to do a test between the 32 H&R mag and the 38 special against the pop can, because I want to see the differences. All right, point blank. First up, 38 special out of this little EAA.
Hold on.
Well,
nice.
You're good. You're fine.
So the hold on happened like halfway through the trigger pull, and I'm fucking soaked. I'm really sticky. All right, so obviously 38 special has its place.
Don't worry, Pew. And if this keeps on the way I think it's going to keep going, I'm going to be sticky too. Don't worry, you're in good company.
And I'm fucking soaked. I'm really sticky. All right, so obviously 38 special has its place. Ask any Mafia member ever. 38 does its job. 32 H&R mag. The 38 definitely has some more.
I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
That one is always just so fucked up. That one is always just so fucked up.
Energy, but again, I still wouldn't want to get shot by this thing.
It.
I mean, it is fairly comparable. This is a 38 and a 32. Either way, 9mm is better. I'm already sticky, so we might as well do another one with 357 and 44 mags so we can see the difference in power when it comes to revolver stuff. I don't think we need to do a 22. I think everybody and their mother has shot a pop can with a 22 before. I'm doing well with a 22. All right, now let's see the difference in power when it comes to a 357 versus a 38 special or a 32
well, it's gonna
H&R mag. Power difference is actually insane.
Fucking hell!
All right, we created some distance because now we got the 44 Magnum. I feel like Dirty Harry.
Oh, Jesus.
I barely clipped the top of that. To be fair, I flinched like
wow.
Honestly, that seemed like a hell of a jump from 357. Or maybe it's just because we weren't standing right fucking here.
I don't think 3 yards makes a difference.
I mean, I didn't get wet that time. Anyways, let's get back on track.
I mean, it's a pop can. You're only gonna be able to see so much damage from hitting a pop can. They both fucking exploded. Gloriously. Regardless of the caliber, unless you're upping it to a fucking 30 or 50 cal, or a 20 mic, it's all gonna look the same. Realistically. Now, you want to see a real difference, get us some ballistic gel. Come on, guys. We have not been getting some good ballistic gel for a while here. I want some ballistic gel.
This thing, again, this is one of my favorite wheel guns. This is the 586 8-shot 357 Magnum with a compensator on it. I think the reason I would put the 586 on this list is because you can use it for anything. It's small enough you can conceal carry. It's got a compensator, so you can theoretically do some competition shooting with it. And it also shoots 357, so you can also hunt with it. I think if you're gonna have one, this isn't a bad option. It can do a little bit of everything. I don't really know how to place these. Can we just do like a top 11 instead of a top 5? Because...
No, Grindhouse. 20 mic refers to 20 millimeter. As an anti-tank, gamer.
These. Can we just do like a top 11 instead of a top 5? Because realistically, for place number 4, obviously this is better for more of the concealed carry things, But I'd rather have this. Like if I'm only getting one revolver, this is it, the 586. It's an 8-shot 357. I think if we're putting these...
Grindhouse. Okay. Military people in chat. How often do you use the expression blank when it comes to a caliber that is a millimeter caliber, like the 20? Do you say a 20 Mike? And it's a military thing.
4 snubs like together in the same category, I would rather carry this. It's lightweight. Stuff like this doesn't exactly make sense. I'd rather have a Glock 19 or something that's just as big and weighs just as much. It doesn't really make any sense to do a wheel gun. But if you're a revolver guy and just want to buy one, this is your best option. So for that reason, I think this is going number 4 instead of the J-frame. So we got the super sweet number 5 and number 4. Let's talk about number 3. I think number 3 is going to be a very specific audience, but I grew up watching Jerry Miculek, and the way he can run a freaking revolver just blows my mind. So this is Jerry Miculek's signature series revolver. This is a 9mm 8-shot that takes moon clips. Of course, this is the Performance Center Smith & Wesson. That's kind of Jerry's thing, but that's your 8 rounds of 9mm. Super easy to load, especially if
That's how we did it. That's how we was able to do that quick reload. Yeah, the reload has got a moon clip in it. And it's a fucking 9mm revolver? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know those existed. I did not know that revolvers actually came in a 9mm caliber. Huh. Not been done for a while, but not very, yeah. And yeah, it's not, a 9mm revolver could be a hell of a lot of fun. Absolutely it could be.
If you're freaking Jerry Miculek. This thing also has a little compensator up here, and again, this is just a double action, single action. Got a super nice trigger on it.
Yes.
You got your little 8 rounds and 9mm on a moon clip. That thing is just incredibly easy to shoot. It just points well, there's not a lot of recoil, and 9mm is pretty inexpensive to shoot. So if you're somebody that wants to upgrade from your 22 revolver and still stay decently cheap, not have to buy 357, this is a solid option. This is the only downside to moon clips, is it's really easy to load into the gun, just not to the moon clips. Unloading and loading these things are kind of a bitch. They do have some pretty cool tools for these. Makes life a little bit easier, but I got fingers. All right, hard parts out of the way. Can we get it?
He did the thing! He did the thing with the revolver! Chad, he did the thing! With the revolver, he did it! I'm gonna see again! I'm gonna see again! I'm gonna see again!
All right, hard parts out of the way. Can we get it? It kind of counts, right? Banked off in there. Only gripe with this thing is that it's got a blacked out front sight, and when you're trying to shoot fast, I can't see shit. I need a little white speck on that, or fiber optic or something.
Or bifocals like Jerry. Yeah. The day I found that out, I'm like, that cheating bastard. Got fucking 4-power magnifying glasses on the bottom.
So do you. It was 10 minutes of me struggle fucking this thing.
This isn't very ASMR of you.
You don't want to listen to me shit myself? All right. I really like shooting this thing, but, you know, nobody thought to bring out moon clips. So we're rocking the one without the tools, so I'm done shooting this. But awesome gun to shoot. This is one of my favorite things. And like I said, 9mm is pretty inexpensive, especially when you're comparing that to something like 357 or 44 Magnum. You like to actually shoot a 9mm revolver is probably going to be up your alley. For that reason, this is taking number 3. All right, for number 2, it's going to have to be the Colt Anaconda 44 Magnum, because typically when you're thinking of a revolver, you think of something that could kill Sasquatch or Dirty Harry or Rick Grimes. Fuck that guy, he shoots like a weirdo. Wait, he uses a python.
He's right. He's absolutely right. Rick always held his his Anaconda the weirdest fucking way. He like fucking limp-wristed the Anaconda. Rick did. And Dirty Harry didn't shoot an Anaconda. Dirty Harry had the 44 Magnum. Rick actually did have Rick had the Python. That's right. He didn't have the Anaconda. Rick Grimes, David, from Walking Dead. You're right. He did have the Colt Python. He didn't have the Anaconda. You're absolutely right. And Dirty Harry didn't have an Anaconda either. Dirty Harry just had a 44 Mag.
Dirty Harry. Or Rick Grimes. Fuck that guy. He shoots like a weirdo. Wait, he uses a python. But regardless, I think just because Dirty Harry made a 44 Magnum super popular, that's just kind of one of the iconic rounds that you want in a revolver. Nobody likes to shoot Smith & Wesson 500 because it hurts like hell. So if typically I'm thinking of a big bore that I actually want to go out and hunt with or just plink with, 44 Magnum is it for me. Smith & Wesson 500 sucks to shoot.
Wait, the Anaconda's a 44? I thought the Anaconda was a 357. Okay, my mistake. I, for some reason, was thinking that the Anaconda was 357. Never mind. Like, I thought it was a bigger caliber than 44 for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. In my head, I was thinking it was bigger, like the caliber-wise. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Just plink with 44 Magnum is it for me. Smith & Wesson 500 sucks to shoot. That's not a fun gun. Do some plinking, break my hand, should be a good time. Ow.
Yeah.
See how fast I can go with a 44, huh? And there you have it.
That
44. Fuck that.
That was a hit.
What comes to mind when you think about a Colt Anaconda? I think like grizzly bear and mountains. There's no other reason I would want to just come out here and plink with this thing. This is hunter. But I mean, I think that's kind of like half of the revolver audience, they want to utilize it for hunting big game, right? I don't think a lot of them are coming out to like plink with it and stuff. So I think this is probably going to be a fairly popular one on this list just because 44 mag is a hell of a hunting ammo. Hunting round, hunting caliber. We got there.
God. Oh my God, those hits. Look at the target.
Dalton, you haven't shot any.
The amount of dust coming off that target is impressive. The impact sending so much fucking dust in the air is amazing. Look at that.
Dalton, you haven't shot any of these yet.
I know.
Why don't you start with the big guy?
Listen, I have a 44 and it sits on my nightstand to look cool.
It's getting hits.
Ow!
I mean, you shot it well.
I like it. It like for the first two, and then my hand's like, hey, this hurts.
All right, now for number one, we're going to get a little bit tricky
Boy.
here because I am a giant fan of the Colt Python, but I'm also a giant fan of, the tactical rails and the compensators and just stuff like that. I like taking the old guns and making them look tactical and cool. That's just my thing. I'm sure you guys that have followed this channel know I kind of do that to everything. Yeah, from muskets to leopard guns, the fucking bar. Like, I like that stuff. The EBR, I enjoy that kind of stuff. So, that being said, if I just got to go with a regular Colt Python, that's not going to be on my number one. In place of it is going to be the Smith & Wesson R8 because it's got the rail up top, the rail right here. I'm going to run a red dot. It's an 8-shot 357 Magnum. It's got that tactical space cowboy look, and I love it. But fortunately, we got companies like Empire that make aftermarket stuff for the Colt Pythons. Like this right here. This you started life at.
That is a thing of beauty. The one change I would make to it is a different grip. I'm not a fan of this grip. I'd rather have a stippled grip on it versus whatever the hell this is. That is a beautiful fucking gun. Absolutely beautiful.
started life out as a regular Colt Python, but hit or miss. You either really like old-fashioned revolvers and lever guns and don't want them touched, or you want them hardcore touched. Maybe get rid of that part. And Empire makes a clamp-on compensator.
Hold on. I didn't pause it fast enough. This needs to be said again.
Hardcore touched. Maybe get rid of revolvers and lever guns and don't want them touched, or you want them hardcore touched.
Yes, please. Oh, yes, please. I will take a, and hardcore touch. Right now. Yes, please.
Maybe get rid of that part. And Empire makes
No, don't get rid of it. Don't get rid.
Compensator a top rail. They go through and smooth out all of the internals. And this one specifically has 24 karat rose gold on it. This is the PewView edition. I teamed up with Empire to kind of give my, basically I just wanted the aesthetics of the thing. I didn't personally like come up with a compensator or the rail or anything like this. This is just kind of what we're doing. And the PewView package is gonna come with collectible stuff. We're only doing 100 of these things because they are a little bit expensive, and I just kind of wanted a novelty item for those that collect wheel guns. So it's coming just like this without the acro, and then it comes in a little Stanley toolbox with a thing that YouTube kind of won't like me saying, but it's right here. It comes with a Zippo, a bottle opener. It's just a cool little, it's just a little collector's package.
No, J10.
So if you guys are into wheel guns and want something like this, go to Empire. Go to the website that I can't talk about and grab yourself one. Now, I'm not saying this is #1 because I want you guys to buy it. I don't. You guys do what you want to do. I'm saying it's #1 because Empire does a hell of a job. They have regular packages, and I have a couple of them. They just smooth up these internals so damn good. They put a flat face trigger in these things, and it's just... They're just super smooth. Even in single action, no take up, clean break. Everything's just really smooth. Empire does a hell of a job, so I think this is taking the #1 spot. And again, without Empire, the Colt Python probably wouldn't be on this list. It would be the R8. So we're going to shoot both of these so you guys can see why they would be on my #1.
This is
Now, the
a
reason I
big
kind of
boy.
brought out
I like
multiple...
you. Give me big boy.
Jay. Oh, yes, please.
for each position is because I feel like a lot of people aren't super into revolvers, and if they're gonna buy one, they're gonna buy one. So I wanted to give you guys some options and talk about why I would choose what I would choose. Now, if you're hunting or plinking or maybe competition shooting, or hell, just want some wheel gun to sit there and fidget with, I would go with one of these three because they're all 357. You can hunt with them, you can plink with them, you can buy the cheaper 38 special, all great options. This one's just my favorite because I like the aesthetic of it. Of course, I'm the one that chose it. So let's start with this one. Now, downside to the Colt Python is it is only a 6-shot, whereas the R8, of course, is an 8-shot cylinder. Typically, though, when you get a 357 Magnum, if you need more than 6 rounds, you probably shouldn't be in the situation you're in. All right, the reason I went with the 8-point acro on top of this thing is because I like the mailbox look if it's on a wheel gun. I don't think anything looks better than that. Now, of course, the mount is also 24 karat rose gold. It just looks sweet. They did awesome with these compensators. Like, obviously, the little built-in comps on the Smith & Wesson do their job, but this thing is just so much bigger. It's basically a fucking muzzle brake at the end of your wheel gun. Not a damn one of those hit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
I'd be really good at Russian roulette. Is that a bad thing? All right, now we're gonna move.
Chat? Chat. Did you see that? He literally spun the cylinder, snapped it in place so the round was chambered and ready to fire.
Bad thing? All right.
He's just that fucking good.
Scott needs to get Pew for Kentucky Roulette.
Well, the difference is Pew is not the one spinning the cylinder. That's the difference. Scott is going to spin the cylinder. Scott knows not to let Pew spin the cylinder because he knows Pew will pop it in there. Selecting, God, phrasing. For now. Moving on. Moving on.
All right, now we're going to move this thing up to a 357. Good.
Yep.
Hell of an upgrade, but with that big ass muzzle brake on the end of this thing, it handles it extremely well. All right, now we got the R8 loaded up with 357s, just so you can see the difference of a non-compensated 357, about the same size. That fireball was dope as fuck. Did you see that? So, I mean, quite a bit more recoil, but it's a fucking revolver in 357. You're kind of expecting some recoil. It's just nice to have a compensator. I'm gonna load this thing up with 38 special and keep shooting it, because this is definitely one of my favorite wheel guns.
Ow.
I also wanted to mention this. The GP 100 357. These things are only like $500. It's just a great all-around revolver. I also like these. See, again, I wish this could be more than a top 5. I like wheel guns, but not a lot of people do, so I figured I'd kind of condense it and pull out 5 of them. But the Ruger GP 100 357, awesome gun.
Oh, yeah.
What's your go-to wheel gun?
I think it's horseshit you made me shoot the 44, but not the cool ones.
Well, shoot a good one? If you had to go 3 on the table, what is your choice? Now, keep in mind, Dalton is not a revolver guy. I am barely a revolver guy. This is all the revolvers I own. I like them. I think it's a novelty thing. Now, I wouldn't shoot competition. I wouldn't carry them. This is all just like a video in case you guys want to get into revolvers. I'm just kind of trying to pick the top 5. I like them. I wouldn't choose it over a fucking Glock or a 2011 by any means. I just really like revolvers. I like mechanical things like a lever action, a revolver, bolt action. I like the mechanical aspect to a firearm. It's just personal preference.
Slag
now, if you
it.
had
I
to choose 3 on the table, Dalton, what are you going with?
This one, I don't know why you've had this for a while, and I like it.
I also love that gun.
It feels good. It shoots good. Like,
they're like $200.
yeah, exactly. It's a cheap little pocket gun or truck gun, if you want to call it that. Something you can throw around and not care about. Number 2, I'm going with a 44 Magnum, and only because it's 44 and like there's not anything in North America you can't kill with it. So if you had to have a hunting gun, 44 Magnum. Number 1, because who doesn't want 24 karat gold? And it shoots awesome. Can't beat that compensated 38. You're not going to. And I like red dots on shit. The whole tactical on old shit is exactly the way to be. Yeah. So that's why this would be number 1.
Again, Empire does make these that aren't the Pew edition, and you can save a little bit of money. And again, these things are a little bit expensive, but they do a lot of custom work to this. All of the internals are gone through and polished, so you will not find a better trigger unless you spend $8,000 on a Colt, which I should have also mentioned. I think as far as like top of the line, best of the best revolvers, the Colt is there. You can't beat a Colt. You've shot the Colt. You can't beat a fucking Colt. I mean, again,
never heard of that.
$5,000 to $8,000. This is adequate. What Empire does with their triggers, I think this would keep up for most people. Now, obviously, I'm a little bit biased because, again, this is the Pew edition. But even without my, like I said, I didn't do anything to this. All I did was come up with a color combo and a cool package just to help out Empire. And I like doing that novelty stuff, especially for you guys that really enjoy the channel and kind of want to own
I
one
don't
of these
remember
things
that.
for yourself. We're only doing 100, so if you want a piece
that was
of
a while ago.
go
I
ahead
don't
and
remember
get
it.
one. So out of all of this, this is my favorite. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh, he didn't fan the Colt. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted the Pew. Oh my God, I'm all worked up because I was hoping you would fan it, and damn it. No, we didn't, Brevin, and I'm so disappointed. I was expecting him to fan the Colt single action, and I was all worked up and squirmy, and damn it. Yeah, I got boo-boo. The hell?